Hello everybody, this is Mole Trizzle in your hizzle, on your tizzle. Sorry, sorry, had a little Snoop Dizzle moment there. We got losers match here for losers of the first two games. We got Britney right here with his spiky hair. Let's see if he's gonna talk to his game again. Let's see. Oh yeah, he's gonna do it. Nope, he's just gonna make funny faces. In the first game, he was like talking to his computer, looking very intently at it and saying something. I wish I knew what he was saying. Anyway, there's July Zerg as well. Unfortunately, losing to for Gigi in in his match earlier. And unfortunately for me, this is unfortunate that we're now in a position where Zero has lost the winners match, and I really wanted him and July Zerg actually to advance. So now only one of them can advance between those two, and possibly neither of them theoretically, if Britney beats them both. But we'll see. Yes. So we got July Zerg is going to be the brown Zerg, bottom left-hand corner. We got Britney is the purple Protoss. Uh-oh, not good news for July Zerg that he's the purple Protoss. Purple Protoss have a tendency to win their games. He's in the top right-hand corner, but we will see. July Zerg has played well. He has good little strategy against 4GG, and he played very well. He had really good micro and decision-making, what have you. But just didn't pull it out. So we'll see if he can pull it out against Britney instead. Britney sending in his scout here. This is on match point, by the way. We just saw Britney adjusting his settings for a moment. Runs in there. He sees that there is no... Well, no, he sees that there is a spawning pool, rather. I mean, duh. But he saw that there's no hatchery, rather. And so he knows he's going to have to get forged first at this point. I believe. Actually, it may have been an overpool, so he may be able to... Yeah, no, he's going to have to forge first. If it's an overpool, he was going to have to get his forged before Nexus. If it was a... But he can still get the Nexus before with cannons. So now he's just going to try and delay this hatchery, and it looks like he's going to be able... He did a pretty good job of that before, of just harassing with probes, and so now he's doing a very good job. He's planning down a pylon. Uh-oh! Pyloning that hatchery, and he actually plants the hatchery off-center. That's weird. He plants it off-center, so it's not going to be able to mine gas effectively, but he may actually put one of his extra hatcheries later on in a position that will mine the gas effectively. That's interesting, though, that he just said, screw it, you know what, I need this hatchery down. I'm not going to worry about it. And actually he's gone for gas immediately after his second hatchery, so July Zerg is going for some kind of a rush build here, or at least some early pressure. So he may go for maybe some speedlings or something like that. Try for a run by. I'm really not sure exactly what he's going to do. He may go for a 2-hatch build of some kind. So July Zerg not going for standard play here with the 3-hatch before gas. So very interesting. Anyway, Britney is going to be forced on the defensive by this. And yeah, okay, so July Zerg is going to make that 3rd hatchery up in that top left-hand corner. And so he must have a build in mind here. He must have a build in mind where he knew he needed to get that hatchery down. He needed some larvae. He knew he needed to do to get going on his build, and he couldn't afford to delay. And just made sure to get that hatchery down. So if he does need his second gas pretty early, well, actually that hatchery won't be up for a while, but he probably won't be getting his second gas immediately after that natural expansion pops out. So he may be able to get his second gas at that top left base, and maybe that's one of the reasons why he knew that it was okay for him to not to plant that second hatchery off position a little bit. Anyway, July Zerg is being a little bit conservative now that he has his spawning pool up. Actually, well, no, he's producing more Zerglings now. But he has only produced a few thus far. So Britney has seen this. He's got his probe running around. He's doing a very good job of keeping his scout alive and of seeing what July Zerg is doing. At this point, I think he's assuming... Usually at this point, you'd see the Protoss player check for that 3rd hatchery with his probe. But I think he saw that gas going down early, and so he really wants to know what July Zerg is doing. So he's really scouting around the main and the natural expansion, trying to see if any tech goes down. He spotted that lair, so he knows that's going on. But he's really checking to see what's going on in July Zerg's base. He needs to know exactly what July is up to. Anyway, so he's still keeping good job of keeping that alive. July Zerg has actually only made a couple Zerglings. Now he's sending in another probe to scout that 3rd base just to make sure it's there, and see where it is, and see what the kind of defenses might be setting up there. But yeah, he might actually be able to move out with a couple Zealots or something soon. Haven't been able to see his front door in a while. Okay, he has just a single zealot. He's making a second cannon as well. Very prudent, very good idea for him to make that extra cannon. His Citadel's going down a little bit later than it did in his previous game. But it should still be okay. So now July Zerg is getting some more Zerglings going on, and he's got speed upgrade on the Zerglings, so he's able to catch that probe. I don't think that probe saw the Spire, so the Spire is going down. Very interesting play here that he's actually gotten that gas early. It's kind of he's kind of transitioned back into a normal build. He did not put pressure on Britney at all with that early gas. But maybe what he's doing though is he's gotten his gas early, so he's able to get extra gas for the speed upgrade, and he's also is he gonna be able to catch that probe before it gets in? He's gonna see the extra hatchery there, and yeah, he must be just using that that top left base for a second gas because he still has that hatchery out of position at his natural expansion. He did proc that probe from getting there, but now it's not going to matter. The Corsair is out. He's going to be able to scout. The Spire is not up yet, so he can't produce any. Oh, never mind, it is. I thought it was going to be another 5-10 seconds, but either way, Scourge are not quite out yet. He's going to have Scourge on the way, but it's going to be too late for that Overlord. But he may be able to stop. Well, won't matter if the scout gets in, actually, because well, he will be able to scout the Spire when the Scourge hit his Corsair. So there's some Scourge coming out. He's got 4 Scourge, actually, and they've gone the wrong way. Well, not the wrong way, but maybe he figures that he can pop out some more Scourge. No, 2 are running back to go after that Corsair, which is going to stay on the move. He may try and intercept that Corsair as well with his second set of Scourge. So he's got 2 Scourge chasing it. And a second Corsair is out actually as well, and he may go after that with his second set of Scourge. A delicate dance is being performed here by both players. Jelizer trying to catch those Corsairs off guard, and Britney trying to dance his Corsairs around in the right location such that they won't get caught off guard by the Scourge. And it looks like he's managed to save all 3 of his Corsairs. None of them have been hit. We just heard a Zealot. Okay, yeah, just a minor skirmishing going on there. And Jelizer is now setting up his base at his natural expansion by just he's got a really good set of defense. Look at that defense set up there. He's got the Evo Chamber and the hatchery there. He's putting a Sun Colony behind it. There's no way Zealots are going to be able to get in there and do any damage in his third base or his expansion. He can set up another building, maybe another Evo Chamber in the way of that other expansion as well. And that Scourge landed, so he does not. Well, there's only 3 Corsairs there, so not quite able to put out enough damage yet to pick off Scourge as they come in to attack. A lot of Scourge in the air right now. And he's got starting to build some Hydralisks as well. Zealots are on the way, though, as well as some Dark Templar. This could be really bad for Jelizer if he moves in here. If he's got Corsairs in the area, he could knock the Overlords out of the way. I don't think he has enough Hydralisks to deal with the Zealots and the Corsairs at the same time. He's moving in for an attack. He's trying to put the Hydralisks in the way to block the block for the Sun Colony. The Sun Colony targets the Dark Templar. Manages to kill off the first Dark Templar. Second Dark Templar escapes with his life, but he's having to fight these Zealots now with the Dark Templar. Oh, does not sneak through. Picks it off, targets it down with the Sun Colony, and targets it with the Hydralisks, picking off that Dark Templar barely at the last moment before it got by. And I don't know if he has an Overlord in his main, which would be able to stop that Dark Templar from killing all the drones in his main. He did not employ his Corsairs in that battle, which was interesting. We could have done a lot more damage if those Dark Templars had been undetected, but I think he might know that there's a ton of Scourge in the air right now. We just saw them a moment ago. We had a survival of like 8 Scourge running around. So they're going to be more than enough. And he may catch some Corsairs off guard. Actually, just a single Scourge running around. It's going to spot these Corsairs. Going to fall back. Doesn't want to get killed by the cannon. But I think one of the Corsairs split off from the group. Yeah, he split off a Corsair from the group. He's going to sacrifice it to get a scout in and see what Jelizerg is up to. But he's going to lose that Corsair once some Scourge hone in on it, is what it looks like. He's just going to run in the main, see if any other tech's going on there. That Corsair is going to get in, but it served its purpose well. It was able to see what was going on and spot what kind of an army Jelizerg had. It was able to see that Jelizerg was not building up a crap ton of Hydralisks, and he was not building up a crap ton of Mulisks either. So it was very important scouting information actually for Britney to know that. So now he knows that he doesn't have to overreact. He knows exactly what's happening here. Jelizerg now getting a 4th base up. So Britney's going to have kind of a window of opportunity here where he's going to need to do some attacking pretty soon. Otherwise, Jelizerg's going to have 4 bases going, and it's going to be starting to get a little bit bad. Protoss can do okay off 2 bases against 4 base Zerg for a bit. They can just turtle and build up forces and then move out with a bunch of cool tech units, and